Green tea has become a must-add in most fitness plans. Here now with health specialist Pam Oliver, who lost over 100 pounds back in the day, kept it off, is now out there trying to empower people. Green tea. I got a buddy of mine who is big on green tea, white tea, black tea, calls me all the time. What's the big deal with green tea? What's all the buzz about it?
You have a very smart friend. Well, I'll tell you, it's something to be said about the green tea. Years ago, I did research on it, and I tried it way before it was popular. And I said, oh, I know it's so good because I researched so much on it, but I don't really care for the taste. It was very bitter. So as green tea now is becoming extremely popular, what I did was I thought I'm going to come up with a green tea-based product that takes the bitterness away as well as throws in those antioxidants. So people would be not only getting the benefit of the tea leaves, but they'd also be getting a nicer, milder flavor with a punch of antioxidants, vitamins. Okay,
so when you say, so the big deal with green tea, you're saying it's an antioxidant, so it's going to do what helps to fight those cancer agents. What else are the benefits of green tea?
It does so many. I mean, I think the number one is that it really is, research is showing now that it may help to reduce belly fat in a very good way.
No, well, how is that? How does green tea help to reduce belly fat? That's going to get a lot of people's attention on a Sunday morning.
Okay, it's
Father's Day, they're doing their sit-ups for their,
or eating their bacon and eggs and a croissant.
But no fried food, though. Right?
Exactly. There's chlorophyll. We mentioned that previously, and that is what makes it green, the tea leaves. There's a big difference after researching for many years the difference of loose leaf tea versus tea that's already in a tea bag. My understanding from tea specialists is that the loose leaf green tea is a better quality tea.
But how does it get, I want to get to how does it trigger loss of belly fat? Because there are people who drink green tea now who are doing it 2 and 3 times a day.
Well,
back in the day,
it
used
used to be the chlorophyll.
Right.
So chlorophyll is that antioxidant that comes down to break up blood cholesterol, blood fat.
Okay, that's what breaks it down. Okay.
Right, but it's very, very potent. It's pretty amazing that you could have something that potent that could target belly fat. And a lot of people don't know what belly fat is. A lot of people just say,
well, I know what it is.
No, belly fat is certainly it sits on the belly, and it is one of the toughest to lose. And what that does now, the green tea also not only breaks up the blood cholesterol and the fat, it also helps to get the system to relieve the toxins out of our bodies, and that's having any extra fluid, or if you should be holding salt because you've had a salty meal.
It's a diuretic too, so it helps you to lose weight through breaking down fat, but also through excreting a lot of the fluid. So you're kind of getting a double dose of.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
You're going to think that after you had a couple glasses of real green tea, that you had a half a gallon of water.
Right.
It's going to work that way.
Now, how about the other tea? There's black tea and white tea. Now, how do you differentiate all these new exotic teas? How would you rank them?
It's always, you have to say to yourself, try them, and then look at their caffeine content. If you're a person that can't handle caffeine, you need to go to a low caffeine type of tea. A lot of it is personal preference on taste and our palate of what teas we tend to gravitate to. If you're really looking for a health benefit, green tea gets my vote for number one.
Now, with you lost 100 pounds back today. You've kept it off. Your regimen today, do you find yourself now where you're on cruise control, or do you find yourself still working it very hard? Do you have that part of you that always fears a relapse, for what happened back there? What's your mental state like as far as where you are now?
It becomes like brushing your teeth. That's an analogy that I talk to my clients about when they do lose the weight. You know that it's something, and we want good hygiene for our mouth. We brush our teeth. You have to think about it when you get up, and you have to say, okay, I must brush my teeth, and then you brush it. It becomes a part of everyday living. When you get up and you think about, how am I going to start my day today? What am I going to do to make it work for me? You'll go back to what does work for you. Once you understand your body and the way it works, it's an amazing type vessel, I guess you would say, that it just works. Whatever you do to it, it responds to. So if you're good to it, it's good to you. If you're not good to it, it really does turn itself around, and that's how we gain weight, or we end up with extreme health issues.
Obesity, big issue in America. We're one of the fattest countries in the country, in the world. Children in America, one of the fattest kids in the world. How do you begin to incorporate some of these new thoughts and technologies into society, where it's more of an everyday part of everyone's life?
That is a very good question, because when I started my business 16 years ago, I was one of the first programs that was safe enough for children to come into, because we just used food and we taught them how to eat, and we taught them about groups, food groupings, and what works well together. This is a really tricky, it's a very good question, because we know years ago, even when I started my business way back when, that this country was getting bigger, and
it's a billion-dollar industry. Right? Junk food is a lucrative business. Bad food is very profitable. Right?
Unfortunately, it does taste good to most people. But so what do you have to do? It's educating. It's educating in a way that is going to work, a way that is going to sink in to the consumer, to the parent of the child, and then and teaching through the parents and making it a team effort on substitutions, on what's going to work. You know, you can't say to a child, when everybody's eating, let's say, pizza, you can't have that because they may be a little bit overweight. What I recommend is to say, keep everything consistent. If a child wants the pizza and their friends are eating it, how many pieces are they having? If they're having 4, get them down to 3.
Moderation.
Moderation.
All right. Her motto is "Been there, done fat." Pam Oliver. Real quick, website is quickly
bodytransformers.com.
Bodytransformers.com. We want to thank our guest, Pam Oliver, and remind you folks you can send your show comments or requests, or even watch us again at ctnow.com, and friend us on Facebook. Become a fan of the Stan Simpson Show. We're on Twitter too. Look out for our tweets. Lori Perez and The Real Story are next for the good folks here at Fox 61. Have some green tea, and we'll see you next week.